Thank you very much, Your Excellency. The last but not the least wreath will be laid by Mrs. Barbara Mahama on behalf of the spouse and children.
Ministers of State, the Chief of Defense Staff, the IGP, and service commanders can greet the family. The Acting President, the Chief of Defense Staff, the IGP, service commanders, Ministers of State can greet the family. Thank you very much.
This is live coverage of the state burial held in honor of the late Major Maxwell Adam Mahama, coming to you from the state forecourt of the State House here in Accra. Currently, the body has been moved into the hearse and will be moving towards the Osu Military Cemetery for interment. At the cemetery, during the interment, the military, of course, will honor the late Major fully. There will be a firing of the volley. The last post will sound. There will be a reveal and presentation of military accoutrement. The sirens will lead the hearse towards the Osu Military Cemetery, where the body is being accompanied fully by the escorts, the firing party, the pallbearers, the bearer parties, and mourners in uniform for the interment of the late Major Maxwell Adams Mahama. This day has been a day of sadness and great grief for the entire nation, as Ghana came face to face with this menace of mob action, as Major Maxwell Mahama was unfortunately mistaken for an armed robber and lynched, allegedly mistaken for an armed robber and lynched by a mob in Denchua-Boise, where he was deployed as commander of the detachment of the 5th Infantry Battalion whilst on duty. In a sermon preached here at the State House by Bishop Doug Heward Mills at the Lighthouse Chapel here in Accra, the bishop comforted the wife and children of the late Major. He said that God will comfort them, and he prayed for the nation against what he called was bloodshed in the nation and the power of murder in the nation. He prayed for the family as well, and we know that Major Captain Maxwell Mahama the late was a member of the Lighthouse Chapel, the Kodesh Family Church Cantonment branch. He joined the church in September 2012. Their way to the Osu Military Cemetery, and here we see the continuous display of the military in its full force, the pallbearers, the firing party, the escorts, as well as the mourners in uniform. Sirens will lead, and the motorcades, military motorcades, will lead the hearse towards the Osu Cemetery, where the body will be interred amidst military custom. We will see, of course, the firing of the volley as well as the last post. The wife of the late Captain Maxwell Mahama, Barbara Mahama, makes her way towards the Osu Cemetery. And this, of course, is a blight on the nation. The actress Akofa Ejini, among the many Ghanaians who are deeply saddened by this happening. lynching of the Major has raised concerns and has shaken the conscience of the nation about the act of instant justice that the nation has unfortunately seen for far too long. The word that resonates from the presentations of all the speakers and the tributes here at the state burial of the late Major has been that this incident should signify the last of such within our country, where an individual is judged by the people and sentenced in this manner. Of course, we had also the majority leader, Mr. Osei Mensah-Bonsu, giving a tribute on behalf of the House of Parliament. And he indicated that a befitting monument and fund will be set up. A fitting monument to serve as a reminder to Ghanaians that this act of mob action must be purged from our land. Currently, the escorts being led by the band, the Ghana Armed Forces, lead the procession towards the interment of the late Major Captain Mahama. Major Captain Mahama was loved deeply by his wife, Barbara Mahama, who showed great strength, tenacity as she read her own tribute today and that of her children at the burial ceremony. From September 2007 to November 2008. Also, he held the position of Platoon Commander, United Nations Interim Forces in Lebanon, UNIFIL, Ghana Battalion 69 from November 2008 to 2009 in May. He also held the position of Platoon Commander of the 5th Infantry Battalion from May 2009 to August 2011. The late Major Maxwell Mahama, who was said to have displayed a rare sense of composure and confidence even during difficult and challenging times, is said to have constantly exhibited a calm disposition in all his undertakings. He was sociable. Of course, the First Lady, Madame Rebecca Akufo-Addo, also makes her way to the burial grounds, amidst other dignitaries also making their way to the burial grounds at the Osu Cemetery for the interment of the late Major Mahama. After the interment, final funeral rites will be held at State House here at the forecourt. Major Maxwell Mahama held the position of Adjutant United Nations Operations Officer in Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana Battalion 15 from October 2011 to March 2012. He was also platoon commander for the 5th Infantry Battalion from March 2012 to July 2013. Major Mahama was military information officer for the United Nations mission in Liberia, the Ghana Battalion 18 from July 2013 to January 2014. Major Mahama was platoon commander for the 5th Infantry from January to July 2014. He was also officer commanding the 5th Infantry Battalion from July 2014 to 29th May 2017 when he passed on. Now, attributes for the late Major Muhammad that came up strongly during this service, and of course, as described by his loved ones and friends, indicated that he was social and mixed easily with his superiors, peers, and subordinates. Indeed, he was said to be a very good team player and a great leader as well. His display of good initiative as mess secretary of the Arakan Officers Mess was a source of admiration by all, and this legacy would continue to bear fruits in the many years to come. The late Maxwell Mahama was physically fit and had good military bearing. He was the parade commander of the Guard of Honor, parade mounted by the Ghana Army during the President's State of Nation address in Parliament. And of course, we see the family and wife of the late Maxwell Mahama, Major, moving to the burial grounds at the Osu Military Cemetery. The late Maxwell Mahama was parade commander of the Guard of Honor parade mounted by the Ghana Army during the President's State of the Nation address to Parliament held at the forecourt of Parliament House in Accra on the 26th of February 2015. He was described by the Ghana Armed Forces as a comrade who lived a life worthy and enviable life. His loyalty, dedication to duty and honesty will be cherished, and former President John Ajikum Kufuor also makes his way towards the Osu military grounds where this is a live coverage of the state burial of the late Major Captain Adam Mahama, coming to you from the state forecourt of the State House here in Accra. We will end this session, the first session of the burial service, and bring you live coverage of the interment at the Osu Military Cemetery.
Don't say me, I be strong. Ghana, something is wrong. How come? I wish I did them when them start this. I wish I could be stopped when them start this. nobody did there. Nobody did there. Oh, Ghana, we forget why so. We for stop this, I hear say. Otherwise, one day we go lose our lives from these things. Say, oh, somebody picking up. Where them do one this, oh. God punish all the people where them do these things, so. That thing touch my heart, bro. I know the fee, I know the fee watch. I hear so you call, but nobody there to save you, bro. Oh, Maxwell, Adam, Mama, we truly sorry, oh. Ghana is really sorry, oh. Oh, Maxwell, Adam, Mama, don't I make a pay boy. You okay? I'm a hickey, I'm a. Oh, Maxwell, Adam.
And they remove the casket. So if you go back, you can get a good shot and a clear view. And take your shots, please. We are here because of you. Also here because of us. So please, let's cooperate.